After the Sing Sing book, I had what I thought was one of the best leads in American journalism. One of the inmates I had supervised, a Muslim, attended the mosque in Lackawanna, New York, where the conspirators of this group who went to Pakistan and then Afghanistan and attended an al-Qaeda camp, this was their mosque. And I'd been to visit him in Lackawanna 3 months before the news broke, and President Bush sent Homeland Security in there to arrest all these guys. And I thought, I've got this story. And because I'd done all my homework, I wasn't anticipating there were terrorists there, but there were. And yet, once I arrived, contrary to all my earlier experience, no one would talk to me. Because people were under arrest, families, extended families, businesses, lives were at stake, and I was just a journalist then. I wasn't the friend of Habib's, the guard from Sing Sing, who actually was interested in him. I was a different kind of person who meant peril, not the same kind that Homeland Security did, but the kind of peril a journalist represents when there are secrets yet to be told. So that was a huge disappointment, and I must say I have file cabinets full of ideas that seemed great and didn't work out. And it's like venture capital, I sometimes think, freelance writing. You think you choose your horses, but a lot of them go lame or don't finish the race.
Well, I've had plenty of horses simply go lame and then I never see them again, but I try to forget about those. But even more often, something that seems to be a failure at the time turns out not to be a failure. When I was writing The Spirit Catches You and You Fall Down, the first couple of interpreters that I hired were miserable failures. I thought that I was never going to be able to communicate well with the Hmong family, never really get inside the culture. But if they hadn't failed, I wouldn't have ended up with an even better one who was the babysitter of a doctor I knew at the hospital. The piece that I wrote for The New Yorker ended up getting killed. I never would have turned this into a book if it had been published by The New Yorker. I never would have become an essayist unless I'd been stuck in bed during a problem pregnancy. Mm-hmm. In other words, things that seemed like failures or constraints often ended up working out well.